Guys, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see who's coming up in your energy. I was trying to figure out who it is that's stalking you guys. So I did take a look. I really took a look to see why are they looking? Why are you looking at us? What is it that you want? The question is, why are you stalking the collective? I'm trying to figure this piece out. We have the Eight of Swords that comes up reverse for somebody. This person, whoever's in your energy here who is stalking you, they're currently facing some sort of adversity. They've been wasting their time on some project. They've been blaming themselves for some things, but they've also been blaming other people. So it tells me that there are influences on the outside that this person is dealing with aside from you. If you're even communicating with this person, because I get this feeling you guys may not be communicating with this person. I feel like things could be over. For some of you, you could be divorced. Some of you could be separated. Some of you just opted, I'm not going to see you anymore. You're not the person for me for whatever reasons. This person may have spoken negatively about themselves, like, oh, I'm a loser, or I can never do this right. It's kind of like this energy, like that negative self-talk. There's also something where they're not seeing their situation clearly. So they may be down on themselves and maybe harp on the things that they don't like about themselves, but never do you hear them comment on things that they appreciate about themselves or things that they're proud of. So this might be somebody who might suffer from self-esteem issues. There's also a situation here where this person is in the midst of difficult circumstances and there's a need for them to come up with some sort of a strategy. So I don't know who you are to this person, but if you haven't spoken to them, because it could be possible that you speak to this person all the time and as soon as you hang up, now they're online looking you up or looking at old text, like weird type of stalkerish. But I feel like you guys may not be communicating with this person. And if you are divorced or breaking up or something like that, I feel like if there has been communication, it hasn't been very pleasant. That's the energy that I'm getting. But I also feel like this person is dealing with a lot of underlying issues that maybe they haven't told you about, or maybe you don't know the fine details or the logistics of what the situation is, right? So they haven't expressed everything to you. Maybe you don't know what this situation is about because this person actually has a lot going on. There's something with this person is in the middle of something difficult, like I said before, but whatever it is, it can get worse for this person. I feel like it is going to get worse for this person. This person is not only in the middle of something that is difficult, which is, I guess, driving you apart. I don't know if it was the actual driver of your parting ways. I don't know what that's about, but I believe that you are separated from this person. I believe that there's no communication, but this person was already in the middle of something, I guess, when you separated. Now, we take a look and we see that whatever this person is in the middle of is actually going to get worse. There's a difficult situation that is approaching. This person should be right now making sure that their affairs are in order. It says something is going down with their taxes. Something could have happened with their insurance, but this person is also heavily involved in some legal matters. This person, whatever it is, if they don't take care of these legal matters or whatever, these taxes or whatever this is, their well-being depends on this. So this person may not be communicating with you, but keeping a heavy eye on you for various reasons. I feel like it's for a plethora of reasons based off what I see. But they may not have the time to. Their well-being is depending on getting some finances in order so they can take care of things that are outstanding. There's another situation that is approaching. Is this person conscious and aware? I think they may be now, but I think they may have been very negligent in the past. This person who's stalking you, Four of Pentacles comes up. This is material wealth. This person could have been greedy, but what I'm really getting is this person did not have the success that they desired. There's something where material wealth and stability eludes this person. So they were not able to reach the heights that they wanted to, or they were not able to make the money they wanted to make, not legally anyway. But I feel like whoever this is, they might have some dissatisfaction at work. So Four of Pentacles is going to tell me that somebody is greedy, right? They're scared to let go of any finances or money that they have. They could be hoarders. They may be greedy. I want to hold on to this out of greed. My greed stems from fear when I was younger and I didn't have anything. So now I'm going to hold on tight to every dime. I'm going to make sure I ball. I'm going to make sure I got this mansion. I'm going to make sure I have everything I didn't have back then. So this is the type of energy that you guys were dealing with, right? This person is stalking you. So we have something where this person's fearing change. When it comes to the career, this person has a lot of insecurities. When it comes to the career, They fear taking risk. It says fear. They fear calculated risk taking. So fear calculated risk taking. Even if they calculate something, think about something, even if it's strategy, which we say they don't have a strategy, that's the Eight of Swords reverse. They don't have a strategy. So if you don't have a strategy, most likely you're not going to fare well when it comes to this Four of Pentacles reverse energy, because this person fears calculated risk taking. Or there's something here with this risk taking being on a corporate level. They might be playing with somebody else's money. This person could be in the stock market or whatever this person does. But there's something here about fear of calculated risk taking in general, or on a corporate level, parentheses, and I put maybe bureaucracy and internal politics restrict them. They might feel restricted in some corporate setting where they're not able to express or do things the way they want to do them, to their liking, to their standards, their protocol. Basically, they need to start their own company if they don't want to follow protocol. I'm just saying. But they fear taking some sort of a risk. Whatever role that this person plays, I believe it may require taking risk. Now, this stands out as somebody who may be placed in a position where they don't belong. Maybe they don't have all the experience because they fear doing exactly what the job requires. That is taking some sort of a risk. This could be somebody's friend. Somebody could be a Gemini. That's the energy that comes up for the Eight of Swords, right? Adversity intensifies. So there's some situation that got highlighted. There are certain aspects of a situation that became highlighted. On fire, fire topics, hype topics, something like that. And you need to find a strategy. That's what this person is busy doing. I don't know who you are, but this person, it feels like they could be looking to you for a strategy. Empress comes up here. If you actually took a look at the details of what the Empress does, the type of energy she gives out, how she can help, this person might be looking to this Empress for inspiration. Interesting. We also see here with this material wealth that this person is trying to get, that they fear not ever being able to get. They feel like with my work I'm marginalized. I'm marginalized because of the way the corporate rules are, the red tape. I don't want to be bothered with that. I feel restricted. I feel like I cannot show the world what I got. This person might have a side business at the house, or they're thinking about opening one with this Four of Pentacles coming out reverse. Somebody might be thinking of, when I get off work, I'm going to go home and I'm going to, I don't know, open up some crypto business. But it's going to have a little bit of a twist to it, if you will. A little bit of a twist. You know how we finance this new business, it's going to be a little twist to it. Just say. Might be illegal. Might be questionable how we fund this business. This new business that I'm opening up from the house. Because I'm dissatisfied with my corporate level job. I'm not making the money I want to make. I feel like the money I make, yeah, I got to give some money to the man, commission, they get their share, I get mine. But if I do this at the house, that's my money. Now, how do I fund this account? Do I take the money from the guy, his job, where I feel like I'm underpaid? Somebody could be very paid, but the more paid you are, the more you spend, unfortunately, so they say. For some folks, it don't have to go that way. Some people like it. They get a job that pays. They go get some big rich car, whatever, whatever. I don't know. Why can't we just fix the... I don't know. Anyway. See, but it depends on what type of lifestyle you like, too. So anyway, there's something going on here with this Four of Pentacles. How do we fund up this new business? Whoever this is, this person was willing to take some sort of a risk to fund some new project or business from the house with a group of people. It was 3 or 4 of them. When I take a look at this World card, I'm going to say it could have been 3 of them. But it also could have included this person, right? We do have the fixed signs that come up here. These people are typically inflexible. Whoever your person was working with to accomplish this little project goal, whatever happened here, they were already in trouble. They tried to resolve the issue by starting their own business to ease the, I don't feel like giving all my money to the man, I'm going to do it myself. Had this person started the business with honest money, not PPP money or money that they ripped off from you, right? Every time they ask you for $20, $50, I need $200 from you every paycheck. They was banking that money, right? Or that's how you could have started your business, which in a sense is still embezzlement, but you weren't honest about how you got the money. Maybe you lied about how you got the money. Maybe you got PPP loans to fund this business that you started from the house with these 3 or 4 people. This is a person that's stalking you. So they did something. They fear taking a risk at work, but when it comes to their own stuff, they took a calculated risk. But it wasn't their own money. They used somebody else's money to do it. They had the freedom to do this because of the bureaucracy at work. They couldn't do it. They weren't fulfilled. They weren't happy. And what they're doing now, right? And this person could be a Capricorn with this embezzlement, because that's what this is. It could be embezzlement or somebody doing shady, getting money a shady way, funding a small business. PPP, that is embezzlement. Your business was supposed to be existing already, if I'm not mistaken. Which is why you had a lot of people who had businesses that were inactive, or I'm just a little YouTube channel. These people are scrambling to find protection. We got to lie and say this money came from this account. So listen, living whoever. We're going to have to put this tarot channel with your church in order to cover up this money. My tarot channel ain't got nothing to do with your church. You won't be embezzling with my tarot channel. That's what you won't be doing, but you will answer. So ain't nobody no doggone fool. That's to the person, whoever it is stalking you. I don't know who this person is. So far, it looks like a Gemini is stalking, trying to get some answers and a way out. It also looks like a Capricorn is over there embezzling and trying to find a way out of this mess. You also have a Scorpio that could be involved with this. These people are looking at you guys online. If you're not communicating with them, there could be a Taurus involved in this, an Aquarius, and a Leo involved in this, right? They were planning something about an Empress. But let's go back. Whoever you are with this Four of Pentacles, somebody could have been married to a Capricorn, because I do see something here about divorce proceedings. Now keep in mind this Capricorn energy, or whoever this person is stalking you, they're having some difficulties not only with pocketbook, personal pocketbook, job. I don't like your rules here, so I'm going to go do my own thing. Trying to make something happen prematurely, using embezzled money to fund a business, stolen money to fund a business, doing something prematurely versus doing it the little get it from the jump, or well I don't know what y'all say, but we say get it from the streets, get it from the jump, whatever. Like basically starting from the bottom. That's how normal people do it. Well, I don't know, I guess that's how I would do it, but somebody else wanted the easy way out. That's what I see here. I see somebody took the easy way out. Whatever happened with the money, they start fighting over money in their house. So if you are the other party, y'all had an argument. If this person was married and hiding a relationship, there was some arguments over money with the family members. It says here that they were fighting over money, fighting over circumstances, holding on too tightly to circumstances, fighting over money, divorce proceedings. Somebody wound up getting a divorce. Somebody could have, maybe that's how the money went away. Somebody was getting a divorce and somebody filed for divorce, and somebody said, let me put this money away so it won't be calculated in my divorce proceedings. Whoever you are, you could have been a Capricorn trying to hide this money. A Gemini is trying to hide this money. A Gemini could be working with a Capricorn to make this money disappear. I don't care what you have to do. You got a church over here. You got a daughter over there that you kicked out the church. But we got to hide this money. So what you need to do is you better somehow find a way to get that tarot channel connected to that church. Now, backstory, what they're not telling you is I was kicked out the church. They told me don't show up because I asked too many questions, right? I ain't get the invites. I got the folly. I got all the rumors in the neighborhood. Why would anybody do that? Because of embezzlement. They're embezzling money. They had to cover it up. For the record, my tarot channel has nothing to do with your church, and you know that. The IRS knows it. Everybody knows it, and you know it. So, and that's just a separate note. So the Empress is who they did this to. Why would somebody do that to an Empress, right? Why would you stalk an Empress after clearly having some difficulties with an Empress, divorcing an Empress, staying away from an Empress, gossiping about an Empress? Why would you do that? Why would you still tune in? Why would you still watch? Why would you stalk? Why? Oh. Productivity, it says. This Empress, for some reason, they drive you. Productivity, or maybe they're very productive. It says they offer abundance, they offer love. Fertility, as in I can make things grow. I can turn this into that. I can give birth to children. I can give birth to projects. I can give a different perspective, a different this, whatever. This person is very, let's see, that output, that productivity is quite amazing. Whoever this Empress energy is, right? She's a positive influence. Could be a mother figure. Could be a baby mama. Somebody y'all got knocked up or something like that. Or she's just a comforting mother figure. She makes you feel better. You are happy to be around her, happy to be in her company, but this does predict some sort of a pregnancy. It also says here, success in creative projects. This might be creative for you guys, or maybe you guys are, I don't know, moving along. But what this Empress does, and why I would think that somebody who, I don't know, feels like has some, I don't know if this person has a disdain for this Empress. I feel like this person who's stalking you has some criminal, they got some criminal stuff that they need to answer to, or things are not clear about how they're going to answer something, so they're looking to you for inspiration. This person does not have a strategy. Eight of Swords reverse. You lack strategy. You don't have one. Things are getting worse. Things are already bad, but they're going to get worse. Being advised, get your affairs in order. Somebody has to do some answering for taxes, for insurance, legal matters having to do with finances. Questions about how did you get this money? How did you fund this account? Tell me about this PPP loan. Tell me how this PPP loan, how come the IP address is over in Zimbabwe? Or how come the IP address is in Kansas when we have the person's name sitting right here? You see this, lady? You see this camera? See this thing we got right here? This is where this person was right here. So we need you to connect some dots. Somebody's going to have to answer some questions. Legal problems. Somebody's well-being depends on it. So if you don't answer these questions right, whoever you are, could be the stalker. Things ain't gonna end well for you. That's why you have this, where is it? The Eight of Swords reverse. That's also you attempting to escape some sort of jail, imprisonment. I don't want to go to jail, so I better have some answers for that. Okay. So the reason why you are still stalking this Empress is because this Empress may have answers. She may be very fertile when it comes to different things. Okay. Is this love? No. No, it is not. I see that somebody's leaning on somebody with wisdom in order to gain answers to something, whatever that's about. Oh, okay, I ain't asked my question, but we got the Six of Swords. Somebody wants to move on to calmer waters, so I'm not going to take it. But somebody could be trying to move on to calmer waters. Maybe it is this person who's stalking you and they're trying to find ideas. Somebody could be working with an Aquarius. Clarify, please, the Eight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. To me, that sounds like jail. Somebody's under judgment or could be under judgment. Or somebody's trying to determine whether or not there's going to be imprisonment for somebody who embezzled money. Give me, what's going on here? Somebody could be Native American. I see a lot of Native American, or I don't know, let me look that up. What's going on here? Tell me, what is the Eight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles? The King of Cups. This is some sort of a parent. This could be somebody's father. Somebody's father could be involved in this, but he's the King of Cups. He's somebody who's responsible. This is going to be a responsible parent and intentional leader. Somebody who's not going to screw you over. They're not going to emotionally manipulate you. But maybe somebody tried to steal something from the King of Cups. Empress, King of Cups. Queen of Cups reverse. Look at that. You have an upright King of Cups. And then you have the Queen of Cups reverse. So this is a couple. Maybe this Queen of Cups reverse is a bad mother and this one's a good father. You might have a couple at odds. You could have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like a water couple. One seems to be evil. One is manipulative with this Queen of Cups reverse. This person could be smothering. Somebody might have an addiction. Somebody may have tried to embezzle money or take money from you guys because they have an addiction. In this person's family, I don't know. I feel like we know who the stalker is. But then when it gets into the story about the money and about somebody maybe being in prison because of it, it points to this person, like I said earlier. So I feel like this person's in a relationship already. I think they are. But who they're partnered with or married to is shady. This Queen of Cups reverse, she's got an addiction. She might have an addiction, and the only way for her to feed her addiction is with this Four of Pentacles, stealing money. The Tower, somebody's about to go down for this. The World card symbolizes somebody who did something online. People are looking online, gossiping. Somebody could be in the public eye. That's why they're looking and gossiping. Too much attention. Somebody tried to keep this under wraps. Somebody's trying to keep under wraps that there's a group of people working with the Queen of Cups reversed here. That's a mother who may have some jealousy towards whoever you are. or whoever your person is stalking you. Take it how it resonates. I feel like this is onto a different, this might even be y'all. But there's a couple involved in here. For some of y'all, this King of Cups parent doesn't know what this Queen of Cups reverse is doing. Let me get into the other piece of this because I want to clear something up for you guys too. And tell you why these parents showed up. It makes sense. Okay. This person that you're involved with this Four of Pentacles, or the one that is stalking you, which I feel like is not for love. It feels like it is for inspiration. I want to be clear. This does not strike me as romantic collective in terms of why they're stalking you. It is not. It doesn't seem romantic. It seems more wisdom, knowledge based, or something that I need to know, or what is your opinion. So somebody might come to you guys about ideas, or do you have an opinion? Where this couple comes into play, there's a Four of Pentacles here. Per the verbiage, it says that somebody feels marginalized at work. Their talents are not being seen. We got that. Why are they stalking you? They're trying to get organized, and they're trying to get ideas to get organized about a matter having to do with work. I need to get organized. I need ideas on how to do it. I need ideas on how to, I don't know, how to do something having to do with work. Getting organized. Let's just leave it there. It goes on to say, this person tried to make something happen prematurely. We got that. These cards with the World coming up reversed here, this is a group of people, like I was telling you guys before. Where it ties in with this couple, there's this group of people, there's this bad mother, and I don't know if that's a gunshot or, I don't know, maybe something fell, who knows. That's sad. So you have the Queen of Cups that comes up reversed. This could be a bad parent with an addiction. She has no access to these pentacles, right? Or she got things illegally. Partnered up with the King of Cups. This could simply be somebody's parents who are not together. The mother's a piece of crap. She's bad. The father does the best he can from afar, or whatever. Whatever, however this goes. I see something here with this role reverse here. It specifically talks to somebody's child. So I'm not surprised that this couple came out at all. I kind of am, but not. But it does show us detail about this mother here. This mother ain't right. Something's wrong with this mother. It says here that this mother, there's something about a cybercrime. There's something about somebody feeling frustrated and suffocated. And they have an addiction. Resisting pressure from other people. This could be you or whoever. There's somebody resisting pressure from other people. Somebody's not making any decisions until they know the facts about their child. I don't know what this is. This Queen of Cups, maybe somebody's accusing her of being a bad parent. Maybe this King of Cups is like, I'm not making any moves or making any decisions about my child until I know all the facts. That could point back to this Gemini who's like, I'm not making any moves until I know all the facts about my child. I'm making sure I go back to the right place. There was some unrealistic opportunity that presented itself, I believe, to y'all's child. This child took advantage of this opportunity. For somebody, they did this because they were rejecting new ideas out of fear, and or they had limited understanding of what they were being offered. Somebody's kid got themselves into a little bit of a tizzy. It speaks specifically with this World card reverse, although you're not going to see Aries appear, and the World card is a fixed sign. The text references an Aries child. Let's go back. This child took advantage of an unrealistic opportunity that presented itself. This child rejected new ideas out of fear and limited understanding. So it explains why this child took advantage of some opportunity to do something online to get money, where they were probably embezzling money with a group of people. So somebody's kid, somebody's not going to come out and confess something until they know all the facts about an Aries child, whatever that is. Just saying, it's just really funny that came out. So I figured, let me tell you a little bit about what I see about that. So wow, that's really interesting that came out. I'm not surprised, but I kind of am. I'm surprised at the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. I think, I don't know, I feel like the mother might have had something, or the mother should have been watching this kid, this Aries kid. So for some of you, if this person is stalking you, they have some at-home issues that they're dealing with a child. So in addition to having burdens at their job, accusations of theft when it comes to money, which in some cases they did, you're going to find that this stalker of yours actually did embezzle money. For some of them. For some of you, you're going to find out that they truly did not have an understanding of what they were getting themselves into, or you're going to find out something about their child, not knowing what they got themselves into. So they got work stuff, they have work stuff, parental stuff, maybe marriage issues. Remember, the text says that this person, this Gemini energy, is going through divorce proceedings. We see a King of Cups upright, and we see a Queen of Cups reversed. So that's a divorce. This is a kid acting out on a divorce. The Tower. This is things falling apart. These are things coming out, the changes that we did not want to see, right? This is us having to move into a less desirable neighborhood, or I'm not going to have that comfort of the child in my father and the father of the child in the house, my husband in the house. I'm not going to have those same luxuries of protection. Everything falls apart. For an Empress. So I don't know why they did this to you, but people are now fighting over this with the Five of Wands. There's some sort of rivalry or competition. Somebody started doing something for fun, and I think things got very serious. It got very serious. It got so serious with this World card. Somebody was stealing something, embezzling something, cyber crimes, Tower. They went so far as to try and burn something down in order to get funds. It leads me back to embezzlement. So this is something with fraud, property theft. Their person is a criminal. I don't even know how else to dress it up. This person is stalking you as a criminal. They have some beef. Something that started out as fun. I don't believe is beef anymore. Not with towers and fires around. Six of Cups, memories from the past. I'll keep it. I usually don't, but I will. Okay. I'm not going to keep it. Because anyhow I do. I'll reference it if I need to. What's the deal with this King of Cups reverse? This King of Cups upright and this Queen of Cups reverse. Tell me, because I see what's common between if somebody stole something and it looks like it's his child who did something online, cybercrime. King of Swords, they're going before the court. These people could be getting divorced. This is a divorce proceeding, and they're trying to figure out what to do with the money. Who's going to raise the kids? Six of Swords. Somebody can't move on from a situation. Some of you guys are going to have divorce proceedings, and there's going to be a delay. Somebody won't be able to move on as fast as they wanted to. Somebody's going to have to change their flight, change their move-in date, because you got this whole husband or wife over here who's going to delay you. So if you're the king, if you're the upright one, your significant other, they're going to delay you with court or something stupid. They don't want you to move on. Some of them are not even doing it out of spite. They just, whatever. Well, most of them are doing that out of spite. Somebody needs more time to answer to something, so that's why there's going to be delays too. I need you to explain why the house burned down. Could you tell me why when I told you I was out, all of a sudden, after all these years, the place lit up in flames? That's weird that it happened at that time. Very weird. Give me one more. Three of Cups. Somebody wants to move on so they can go celebrate. All right? So whoever... Somebody, all right, let me go back. There's a judge judging something. There's going to be a delay. If you're the a-hole in the couple, you're going to celebrate. Ha, good. I'm celebrating because this is fun. This is somebody, listen, the Five of Wands is people, this is a rivalry, but they're having fun. I'm having fun knowing that I delayed this case, so now you won't be able to move on to calmer waters. You won't be going over that island with that new hot guy who's like 10 years younger than me. You won't be going over there with that island. All types of stuff they make up in their head. So somebody's going to celebrate the delay. One way or another, glass half full. Right? I'm going to celebrate the delay because I was the one that delayed you. Okay? You ain't going to that beach. You ain't going to that beach and you ain't going partying. What you going to do is sit right here. You thought you was going to pack your bags up and go? No. You're going to call up them people over in California. You're going to delay that. Because you ain't going my kids nowhere. And my kid acting up. You have some weirdo flipping out about stuff they ain't never flipped out. You ain't gave no what's about these kids before. None of the three of them that stole online. Maybe they wouldn't have to steal online if you was doing your part, deadbeat. I'm just saying. I'm talking. Somebody's going to celebrate the delay. Or somebody is going to celebrate. Somebody's going to delay your celebration of you moving and getting the heck up out of Dodge, or the person is going to celebrate that they delayed you from going over to your new island with your hot new man or woman who's 10 years younger or older, whatever. They try and tell you, so see how that goes, right? See how that goes? They're going to delay your celebration? I don't know. They trying to delay. They happy that they delay. Ain't going nowhere. Out of spite. King of Swords and can't move on from what? The Queen of Swords reverse. Oh, jeez. Here we go again with this mess. I feel like that's more corrupt energy. More corrupt. You have the king. I feel like to me it's like another. It's the same thing. You have this upright person in a relationship, and for some women, the women are flipping out here. There's some rivalry too. There could be a rivalry between two couples, where they can't move on from something because you had two couples participate in arson, and they're looking online. There's a cybercrime that these two couples tried to cover up. For some of y'all, these chicks. There's some chicks here who got together. Two queens. They reversed. They may have gotten together and done something bad. I feel like for some of y'all, these men don't know how dark these women actually are. It could be two couples, right? Participation, yes. But two couples. And they did something with arson. And now it was a rivalry between couples and it was a celebration. But go back to the other scenario. Somebody's happy that they stopped the celebration. Or somebody's like, you won't be going to your celebration. Whatever. Queen of Swords reverse. I don't know what I mean. Queen of Swords reverse. Give me Queen of Swords reverse and what can't move on. Somebody can't move on from a Queen of Swords reverse. Cool. Alright? Because of the Ten of Wands, it's too much of a burden to try and move away from this person, whoever they are. I can't move away from you. It's too much of a burden. For some of y'all, you can't even divorce these people because they know too much about you. So somebody's carrying, somebody might be part of an organization too, or have a family that's very influential. There are Two of Wheels. Two of Pentacles reversed. Those better be Pentacles. I read them as if they are. Alright. Somebody's juggling money. Somebody's running out of options because it's come out reverse. Somebody's running out of options in terms of how do I get money, how do I get finances. It takes me back to why they could have embezzled because they had all these burdens. So they had to go through a Queen of Swords. They went through a couple. Somebody worked with a couple. It was two couples. Somebody could actually reached out to two different couples. And they could have been in some kind of competition or cahoots to get some fast money. But they weren't trying to cover up some sort of embezzlement that was done online. These people are trying to escape jail. For some of y'all, you're going to find out that the women were the ones really that went fuck with this. Like, that's crazy. For some of y'all, you're going to find out that these guys didn't know as much as the women did. The women were the masterminds behind this here crap. That's what it looks like. They didn't want you to move on. No calmer waters for you. But it also suggests that these two women were in competition. You know that my husband this and my husband that. You know, my husband's a judge. What's this other one? Yeah, well, my husband is whoever, whatever. I don't know. Mine's a judge. The other one is I don't know, whoever, right? And these two women are battling it out. Can't move on to calmer waters. Who's got... See, these are the type of women that, you know, even if their husbands don't have as much money as they're proclaiming, they'll still steal money, too, to add to the wealth. I don't know. I just get this weird energy. Ten of Wands. Somebody's really... Oh, yeah, okay. So this is Ten of Pentacles. Oh, wait. Ten of Wheels. That's Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Swords, Ten of... Okay. Wait. Let me go back.